Well, we are back. What's up, Kingsman? Welcome. My name is Kingston, and today we have a 3v3 on Napoleon Total War 3, the mod for Napoleon Total War. If you're new to this mod, or this is the first time seeing it, welcome. I hope that you would give this mod, if you play Napoleon, I would encourage you to give this mod a chance and play it. This is a very epic mod. I have been playing it for about a year and a half now, and recording it for about a year and a half, about the same. This one was sent in, I believe, it's sent in by this 12-point view over here. I honestly, like I said, I can't remember the names of everybody that's sending in the replays. I need to start typing their name on the title of the replay. But some of the names of these replays are so gold, I can't change them. This one, like I said, is a 3v3 on the historic Battle of Ostend. And it is 3 12-point devues going against, I'm sure, some equal Prussian points. 3v3s are actually a lot of fun. They can be almost as awesome and epic as a 4v4. There's just one army missing in each side, which, you know, could have added that little bit of competitiveness to the battle. Now, of course, like I said, this should be, these are some very large armies. Prussia can bring a very large army. The French were scouting out their chasseurs before the battle started, and the Prussians were setting up artillery right here. There was a massive gun emplacement, although I'm worried. Okay, they're mobilizing. I can hear them. They should push up their artillery on the hill here. I have played a very epic battle that I actually recorded. 4v4, we were playing as Prussia, and it was a epic fight along this entire side. I loved Ostend for this reason. There's some massive open fields with a little forest here, a little deception, a lot of buildings and a lot of towns that you could use. Now, as you can see, Davout is marching his entire army. Man, look at that army. Okay, actually, I'm not getting a good view of it. Here we go. Look at that. Look at all those troops. Like, that is just so much. You'd feel pretty invincible, I feel like, if you saw this marching along. But he's going to be shifting his troops over to this road. Another Davout setting up in the town here for now. Hopefully we will see some advancing. Okay, can you guys stop having seizures? I'm trying to get some good shots. We're taking a break. Good grief. There we go. So they're setting up in some double-stacked lines. They have their artillery set up, obviously firing, just doing some searching shots. We may have to actually skip ahead, although I do see some Prussian cav that was scouting out. I'm definitely going to have to fast forward here and skip ahead because nothing's really happening. The Prussians are probably just getting into a defensive position as they hold the majority of these LOCs, these cluster of towns. Maybe there'll be a fight around these marshes. This was a bloody area before I've fought over here. It is not fun to defend or attack. And these marshes go all the way over here. If you don't want to face the Prussians head on, you have to swing around here, and then there's heights over here which make it very difficult. And if the Prussians hold these high ground, they have artillery up here. It is very tough because you can't just mobilize through the march that easily. These heights make it very tough for the French attacking. But like I said, guys, I may have to fast forward because, like I said, the French are advancing, at least on this right flank, but it may take them a minute to actually get up and fight this battle. So I will see you guys when the battle commences. Alright, guys, so we are back where the French have been advancing. They pushed out from the town, artillery, everything, and also on this flank, they have a reserve Davout, which is going to probably form up and then push, which I love to see those reserves. Look at these massive units. There's just so many of them. It looks so glorious. Glorious indeed. Man, I hate that they have seizures. It just ruins the whole aspect, the whole cinematic view. I know there's a lot of units on the field. Look at that. They're pushing up here. Still haven't seen anything really of Prussia. Possibly going to see the first Prussian cavalry. Oh no, they're going for the guns. Oh, this artillerymen probably know they have messed up. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's why you always have... Oh, wow. And then they smack the French lines. And these are hussars. What a beautiful charge by Prussia. Artillery instantly dead. They even hit some of the French troops here. They may actually get out of there and live to tell of their artillery slaughter. Oh, F's in the chats for this artillery piece. Didn't even get to do anything in this fight, and they all were slaughtered immediately. Man, that's why you always have cav with your artillery. And it's all on the flank, unfortunately. I mean, they can't bring a lot in for this, you know, for these armies. They can only bring light, like chasseurs cheval. Unlike the Prussians, who can bring really good cavalry. It's just unfortunate. Now, this Davout, which is the same one on the left, lost their artillery, has some really cool infantry in the back, has some carabiniers, some lights. They have 2 light infantry. Oh, I love the uniforms. Might just say, very epic. And let's see the other side. They are pushing. I don't see a lot of heavies, or I mean, grenadiers. So, do they have it? Oh wait, is this a grenadier? Yeah, it's the grenadiers. Very nice. 1 grenadier. Oh, then again, their infantry is pretty OP when it comes to. Oh no, not again. Not again. Oh, Prussia done messed up. They are not going to make this, guys. Or are they? Are they going to make this? Oh, they broke. But now, France is stuck. France is stuck with their artillery right here, so I hope they like their position, because this is always risky to put your artillery in the front lines. I usually put it back a little bit. I have infantry push up, so if they want to hit it, they have to run past volleys of light infantry. But yeah, Prussia looks like they're going to hold the town itself. They're not even taking this high ground. Wow, that's a beautiful shot with the sun. It looks a little cold, actually, like the sun's overcast, like it's early morning. Oh, some skirmishers. Now they should have charged. I mean, they just got volleyed, you know? These skirmishers are like, yeah, we don't want to, we want to fall back a bit. We don't want to die. Still not a lot. France is just continually getting checked by artillery, or by cav charges. Oh wow, we have this huge line. So actually, what they're maybe doing here is having a long line and then letting this Davout put some reserves. They do have some reserves, which you need reserves. They still have some artillery, some 4-pounders. The Grenadiers. I love how some of them have the poofy tall hats, which you guys can tell me the names of those because I do not know the names. And then some have these tricorn hats. Oh, now the Prussians are just going to start shredding the lines. You look in between the lines. This is how I get screenshots, by the way. I just record it like I would this, obviously in screenshot mode, and then I just screenshot my video afterwards. It's a lot easier to hit pause and then, you know, just screenshot. But still no one's attacking. This may be... I'm just going to fast forward here. I don't want to have to keep... Oh, here we go. The French are advancing. There is a huge battery, as you can see over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guns, I believe. Kingston can count, I promise. I don't see anything in the center. Like I said, the Prussians seem to have a more laid-back approach. Usually the Prussians are trying to hold this high ground. In fact, usually they're holding this whole area, but instead they're holding here. Now, this is going to make the maneuverability a lot tougher, and the French are going to be able to have a tougher time moving through the tree line. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay, well, you know, when they're not having a seizure, it looks very nice. Always. I love seeing massive units just advancing like this. They're more grenadiers in the line. The first line of France, I mean, they are pulling it in one long line. But, I mean, that's not a ton of maneuverability it needs to. Looks like they may have a contingent of French. Ooh, they're getting plastered. But it looks like they're going to push up into these marshes here and try to go for the high ground on the right side with at least 5, 6, 7 line of shoot plus some skirms. Their cav is not as close as I would like to see it. But they are closing in on the town here. This is a very focused assault, which is going to be very easy for Prussia to guess where they are. There's no sneaking around here. There's a very obvious pushing. There's some of the artillery here. They're limbering up. I'm surprised they're limbering up. They honestly have a beautiful position. That hill is a huge advantage. You can sit right here and just fire over your troops' heads. I like how Prussia has units on the hill and troops in front. Now we're getting to see those troops. Look at, oh, they're retreating. See, Prussia is, I guess they would want the high ground. I guess that would make sense. You don't want to give too much ground, though. You know, you don't want to. France is just taking artillery rounds here. Very content to stand here and let the high ground just shell them. Looks like, what do we have here? We have some cavalry. Looks like some dragoons or heavies for Prussia, as well as some more heavies in the back. Man, Prussia has good cav, which is going to be a huge advantage for them. Now, there are some Prussians here on the left flank by this town. They look like they're holding on one side of the march, and the French are going to have to push across the march. Very tough for them. Not going to be very easy. And France still is a little hesitant on the attack. I think I don't know if they're waiting for everybody to get in position. Wait, maybe they're letting the artillery get into position. They still have artillery, thank goodness for that. Not a lot, though. They did lose some of theirs. Oh, we have artillery here being guarded by some cav. So, yeah, they learned their lesson there. It's a 4-pounder, though, so it's not... And it's... Look at the positioning here. It's not going to be very easy for them to actually hit the Prussian infantry with that little hill in the way. These are grenadiers here, I do believe, for Prussia. So grenadiers in the front lines. Oh, we do have, looks like some infantry that volleyed, possibly. I don't know what they were volleying. But they did fire here. Oh, there's some cav that charged across, and they did shoot them, forcing them back. This artillery is going to make it hell for this French advance. This is going to be the bloody advance here for poor France. They are going to take heavy losses here. But they must do what is necessary. That artillery is supported by some infantry. My gosh. These poor French. This is terrible. But they actually haven't taken heavy losses, you know. I mean, these units have been focused down. They've only lost like 10 minutes. That's not too terrible. But they do want to keep pressing. You don't want to stand there and just keep soaking up shots. And the Prussians, like, they're actually... Oh, wow. They got a lot of Grens. My gosh, they got a lot of Grens here. They haven't taken LOC yet, either. They do have the walls, though. This is going to be a tough assault. We have a horse artillery as well, and more line infantry here, so France needs to make some decisions as to what they're going to do on that attack. And, okay, so we do have France advancing, trying to go for, like, a pincer here on the town, outflank it. There may be Prussians behind this LOC here. We will see, but we do have... Prussia should not be advancing here. They should stay on the hill and wait for France to advance into the marsh. Keep them up here. Make them advance into the water. Make them get cold and miserable and wet. Oh, man.
Our men are running, sir.
Wait, who's running? Where? Oh, some cavalry. Uh-oh. France just got toasted by some hussars. That is vastly unfortunate here. They're going to have to put their cav defensively. Like I said, France doesn't get a lot of cav. And, man, they're just taking up these artillery. Now, at least there is some attacking happening here. And where did Prussia go? Prussia's retreated here against this flank. Okay. Now France should be advancing here. Well, no. They can stay here, I guess, a little bit longer. This is a strong defensive position. I think Prussia's sitting way over here. I think there's an army sitting over here. There should be a Prussian army right here. One on the left flank, one on the center, one on the right. Prussia is making a good stand here. They are really starting to tell on the French advance, and France is going to advance into this morass, swamp, whatever you want to call it. Skirmishers have set up and are starting to try to shoot. Okay, no. They can fire here. Have them sit right here, out of range, because they're going to get... See, you're losing skirms. You don't have to. They have longer range. What are they doing? They are going to start losing their skirmishers so fast. Don't do this. Please. Please don't do this. Oh, we have some cavalry charging in. Some heavies. Oh, no. They are soaking up. And France has no squares, except for in the back. Oh, man. So France is getting hit here. They are going in for the LOC with their carabiniers. This is a very broken LOC to take. But they seem to be taking it. Oh, they did take it. Good. So they have their flank actually covered. So France is advancing on that flank. And now they have cavalry charging in, going for the guns. Can they make it to the swamp in time? This is a huge commitment here. They are committing these poor cav. And they actually are making it into this artillery, but they did break. Which means this artillery is safe and going to continue peppering down this French advance. And Prussia is definitely holding back the French here. We do have artillery trying to focus down this position. France may get a little too greedy here. They don't need to. Don't make anything rash. Don't make rash decisions and lose a ton of infantry. Try and take out the artillery. Over here, France seems to be doing well. There's a lot of Prussians being wasted, facing off against a lot of French here. They should be swinging these guys in, or keep pushing them up, because Prussia is... Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. These Grenadiers of Prussia holding fast in this LOC. That is a problem here. And France is holding back the Prussians. But France has lost one unit already. They are falling back before they take some heavy losses. Those skirmishers pushed up way too close. They should have sat back. Honestly, I would have had the skirms right here. I would have them right here, peppering down the artillery piece. That would be the best place for them. As yeah, now France is going to have to fall back, and Prussia may actually have a counterattack here. This is a tough position to take unless you have cavalry infantry going around the flank here to focus down. Going through the swamp is bad. Do we have the French advancing? Yes, we do. The French are going to start their advance. This could be a flank they could push. I don't think the Prussians have a lot on this flank. Maybe not. The Prussians do have a lot of grenadiers, though, especially probably in this town. We do have a bayonet charge, looks like. This is Prussian grenadiers here. They are losing here. The Prussians losing infantry, so they are going to fall back a little bit here. France victoriously starting to push through this town. They may have taken the first one. They are holding off this flank against Prussia. Prussia has infantry musketeers, but they have some grenadiers on the flank as well. And if I was Prussia, I'd be focusing right here. They have a line looking the other direction that you could fire directly on it, and that's a morale debuff. Now, Prussia has been kicked out of this LOC, which would be good for France. They can then march in and take this LOC. Prussia is actually falling back. They shouldn't fall back. Oh, they need to. They do need to reform here and along this hill, possibly, using this river. Don't fall back too much, though, because you want France to be forced to have to push across the river, which will be difficult for them to do. And they have some excellent artillery positions. Keep that line going. You have thick units. You can start really peppering down, firing down, focusing down the French line. Man, these losses for France. This is all French. You can see how many losses, and they're just deciding, you know what? Don't focus on where the Prussians have a strong artillery position, although, honestly, Prussia's just going to move the artillery over here. Oh, do we have some cavalry? Some heavies possibly going to push up? Possibly. Man, you can barely see through the smoke. So France does have their squarables pushing up here, which honestly they haven't been able to form a lot of squares, which is gonna make the Prussians a little more confident to charge in, but they may get checked. Although this cav may just be pushing up to try to run amok in the back lines of France. This whole army has not fought yet, and I think they should be pushing along here. They should follow this pattern and hit the flank. Put pressure. You don't have to push on the center. Just keep troops there so Prussia can't, you know, move troops away because then you'd push up. Push that flank. Pressure them. Stop them from basically being able to funnel a couple troops here and only focus in one part at once. They did take this LOC. That is very good. So they have taken one of the houses. They do have reinforcements pushing up. Watch out for Prussia pushing out of the town. Although Prussia looks like they may just want to hold this LOC. There's only 3 troops here. If Prussia has any more, they should be funneling them over here. Oh, do we have cavalry charging in? But these are squarables. Oh, but did France... Oh, no. France was unable to form a square. That is a huge, huge smack that Prussia is giving France. I would form these guys into... Oh, they can't even form a square. Oh, they're going to kill their own men. They're going to kill their own infantry in order to break the... Oh, wow. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean... Yeah. Oh, do we have Prussia going in with a bayonet charge? They have decided that now is the time to put pressure on the French flank. We have some grenadiers charging line infantry here. Oh, that's going to be rough. Oh, there's cavalry going in the coordinated attack. They're going to form a square. That's bad. Yeah, Prussia's gonna get their cav out of there, but Prussia is focusing. Oh, bayonet charge going in as well. More grenadiers for Prussia. This is bad for France. This is really, really, really bad. Thankfully, they have some reserve grenadiers who are gonna countercharge in. Oh, that's still really bad, though. Prussia may have a big advantage here. They are pushing up along, using the buildings to get up nice and close here. And they have their general right up in the front lines to keep the Prussians in the fight. At the same time, they're going to pressure cav up here. These guys can't form squares, so long as France... Yeah, they're going to form a square. Because Prussia is going to try to use their cav here. And honestly, try to use it to great effect. I really appreciate how the players are, you know, not all fighting in different places. It's focused in one area. And more cav charge again now. Oh, catching a lot of the French out of square. Now, be careful you don't back charge your line infantry here. They are probably charging their infantry in the back, which is going to cause them to have morale problems. But that Prussian cav is charging deep into the enemy lines here. Look at that going down the road, smacking grenadiers who are pushing up to try to countercharge here. We do have more French grenadiers charging into this fight here, but they're getting charged by the heavies of Prussia. Now, Prussia is having some mass routing here. France did as well. There's a general. We have Davout pushing up, trying to inspire his men. We did have more Prussians charging up. These are musketeers, though, so I don't think they're going to do too hot against the French line. There's some Prussian grenadiers in the back lines who are going to pour in some volleys here. Now, Prussia, they're in a bit of a pickle here. They have one heavy cav. They have pushed back, but they took some losses here. A lot of their troops have broken here. They have cav still they can send in, but you can see their cav is actually starting to break a little bit. France may have stanched the bleeding. And now they are going to countercharge with grenadiers and easily break these Prussians. Now, Prussia does have line infantry in the back lines here. France should be turning these men and facing them this way. Or bayonet charging these musketeers, let's be honest here. Yeah, they're going to push back these musketeers. And Prussia may want to fall back now. One of their big charges sort of worked, but I don't think it was very successful. But that may help them get a chance to move this artillery. I think they should move some of this artillery over here. Set it up right there and start tearing into... You saw what it did at close range. I'd be moving it up and holding it right here and firing into this French line. Prussia has been pushed back. They have some infantry still, and they're going to keep the fight here, but they definitely lost. France is taking it very slow here. Very slow, and they should be pushing up a lot faster here. I would be still marching, using more of my reserves, pushing up, going around the flank. Use some of these troops in the front, but then push up the rest in the flank. Force the Prussians to stretch themselves along in a longer line. They can't defend at all. They've taken some losses. Man, this area, they're pushing up their reserves. Good, good. They're pushing up some reserves because some of these guys are exhausted. They want fresh troops here. Let some of their troops have a break. Yeah, push up this reserve line. Yeah, Prussia should be pushing that artillery, putting it right here. Relocate the artillery. It may take a couple minutes, but it will pay off in the long run. You know, I guarantee you this LOC really helped the French. They probably had units firing point blank into the Prussian charge of cavalry and infantry. That probably really helped them. And it's gone back to just some regular volleys again. Oh, I hear cavalry charge. Oh no, more Prussian hussars. I think it's the same ones that went after that artillery piece and destroyed it. They are picking apart this line. Oh, what? Okay, well, that's a bit of a reach here. You can't just charge through units to go for the back lines. Now they did break them. Now they could charge. But don't charge through units to get units in the back. That's kind of exploiting. You wouldn't be able to do. I mean, maybe with Cav you would in real life. But you try to rush through a French line. Okay, so we do have Prussia finally France finally pushing up here. And as you can see, Prussia has nothing. They have nothing to hold this side. They probably invested heavily in cavalry. It would not surprise me. So we'll see here. We will see. France has some very large lines that have not even fired a shot yet. So they are definitely going to be getting into this fight, pouring in some volleys against the Prussian line. And they should be able to collapse this side. The artillery is setting up to try to hold. I would have one Prussian right here and two more Prussian infantry right here and let the artillery kind of act as a line here. The Prussians are going to probably get the first volley off. Who are they even firing at? The one guy there. That's just cringy. That was awful firing by the Prussians. We do have reserves shifting over. I think they have realized they need these line infantry. Artillery sitting over here, that horse artillery. Hopefully they're also moving this artillery to sit right here and to start firing in the flank and have one or two Prussian line infantry to hold that side. More reserves here to hold against this, because this is about to get hit by a lot of French troops. That's going to be concerning. And of course, they are pushing across the river. Prussia is not ready for this. In fact, you can see they're going to fall back. They do have artillery setting up, though, so hopefully this artillery will help. I don't think it's going to be enough. We do have a cav charge in the back lines here. Chasseur Cheval against Hussars. I think France may actually finally win a fight. When it comes to cavalry, yep, they do finally win something when it comes to cav. This artillery is firing. Actually, this Prussian artillery doesn't even need to move. I think they have a really good angle. They could be firing right along here. But yeah, Prussia needs some reinforcements on this flank.
Our general is under attack.
So France needs to not stop here. They need to keep pushing. They need to keep marching forward. Don't stop at this point. You have lots of reserves. In fact, I'd be swinging some of these reserves along the flank. Your men will hold long enough, pull 3 of them, and march alongside here, especially make sure they're squareables. Yeah, so grab those 2 and swing them around the flank here and go for the flank, force them to have to keep regrouping. This artillery is going to make... And these guys aren't even firing. These 3 should be pushing up the hill. If they sat right here, the artillery probably wouldn't be able to hit them. The angle would be terrible. This is just a massive shooting fight. Obviously, there were some really good bayonet charges here, but we are at 26 minutes in and actually only 14 minutes remaining. LOC-wise, actually, I think this may be a victory for the French. They have Arsted. They do not have Bendorf. Is that Bendorf? I can't really see. Is that a B-E-N-N? Bendorf is what I'm going to assume that is. They do have... No, they don't have Opel, but they do have whatever town this is. It's clouded by that. So they do have 3 points, but the Prussians can easily get, you know, they have 1. They could easily get this point. They could take this point, but I mean, the French have 3. We'll see. It may come down to an LOC decision on this fight. Oh, Prussia is trying to hold desperately. France in the ravine here. They are going to be firing a little bit uphill. Wait, what's going on here? Why are they facing the wrong way? Uh-oh. Well, they have a square here. They have 2 squares, actually, so... If they form square in time... Yep, they did. Oh, beautiful. So they formed a square, forcing these troops back. They are going to push a unit back here. I would just stand right here, keep volleying the square. Honestly, these guys can all form square. Wow, this is the worst army for Prussia to try to focus down, but you can see that actually France has taken some heavy losses against the Prussian line infantry. So not a bad thing. Oh, we do have cavalry. Oh no, there's nothing defending. Oh, that canister shot just, oh no. 3 men left out of 35. That's terrible. Oh, the artillery, timed artillery. Oh, it doesn't matter. The Prussians just executed their own artillery piece anyway. That's unfortunate. Prussia's starting to lose here. They are just running out of men. Prussia needs to send some reinforcements to reinforce this side. There's just 3 columns deep.
Our men are running, sir.
We do have cavalry charging against the Chasseurs Cheval. These poor guys don't stand a chance. They really don't stand a chance. Oh, and these guys can't form square now. Oh no! Wait. Okay, they're gonna get themselves out of there. They're just defending this artillery because it's super important, obviously. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. So the Prussians may have multitasked the French out here because they obviously hit some non-squareables, but these grenadiers are going to pour in some volleys here. They need to pull this cav out. So they did lose one of their line infantry. They're going to lose another. Prussia is definitely starting to show some wear and tear against such a vast line here. And Prussia is starting to tell as they don't have enough infantry. Whether or not they are winning this fight, they are running out of infantry. And France can afford to take some losses. They have plenty of reserves. And a lot of squares actually on this side. Yeah, Prussia is about to break on this line. It doesn't matter if their artillery is doing well or not. This infantry is going to be gone. Dunzo, and that'll be the caving in of yet another flank for Russia. This artillery may do well, and I'm glad they're up on this hill. But it may not matter. They should have moved the artillery a little bit earlier, quite honestly, in order to get a good angle on the Prussians. But Prussia just, they don't have enough.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
We have cavalry charging down getting hit with a solid volley here, but they are going to smack right into this French line, and they could actually break this first French line. Reserves would, of course, push up. But, man, they are doing well. They are breaking the French. So reserves are going to get called up. And it may not be worth it. But we have a bayonet charge here. Prussia is getting charged in the back. Coordinated French attack. And with 9 minutes remaining, Prussia is going to struggle to possibly even win. Just hold it by LOC. Oh, let's see. Artillery going to fire. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow. No, that is terrible. Are they going to fire? Oh, they fired one more, but that was not enough, and they're going to break here. Cavalry going to try to slice and dice up this infantry, but what's remaining of Prussia is it's looking pretty bad for Prussia.
Our men are running, sir.
They just mass routed here. Their line is caving along the entire board here. France has finally made a true attack here, and I think they're gonna. I don't think the Prussians are gonna mass rout though. I think with 8 minutes remaining, they may be able to consolidate in time, but they will lose the LOCs. And Prussia got some good kills on France, that's for sure. Like, this is yet another good battle. One side did not easily clap the other. Prussia holding by their horse artillery, so with some grenadiers and musketeers. This artillery, are they going to get another shot here? Canister. Oh my gosh. That may be it for them, though. I don't think they're going to make it again. They're going to get shot up. And like I said, guys, this may come down to the 8 minute. But with 8 minutes remaining, most of the LOCs in French hands, or going to be in French hands, it's gonna be over. Now the Prussians are gonna try to hold as many of these LOCs as possible and try to basically, at this point, it'd be a retreating battle. The Prussians would be trying to retreat, run down this road and get away. You know, keep marching into the distance. Realistically, but yeah. You know, a Napoleon game that's kind of like, there's a Civil War simulator or whatever it's called, which is, you know, you zoom out. It's a real-time game that's in development still, but, you know, you can zoom way out into a map view and you can zoom in for the battles. It should be like that in real time, but, you know, you have multiple fronts.
The men are fatigued, sir.
You have the AI that can work decently well, but you can go and multitask and tell them, you know, do this, and you can zoom all the way out. It's like a map of Europe. But then you can zoom in for these battles, and then you can zoom back out. So, like, you can have units marching down the road, telling them, you know, march all the way, and you can zoom out and tell them, march to this town. And then, you know, all of a sudden, like, hey, the enemy's been sighted. It'd be a very awesome game. Oh, the French, though, getting charged in the back by some cavalry. They did form some squares here. May not be enough, though. Oh, it is enough. The last of the Prussians holding out here with their guns. Another artillery piece over here. Man. Prussia definitely had this hill on lockdown. I mean, no one was taking this hill unless it was the last place to be taken. Now we do have some skirmishers pushing up. They're probably going to try to shoot this gun to pieces if at all possible. Ooh, not an easy feat. But they should get it. And Prussia is in melee here with some French cav. And there are now 5 minutes remaining. France is going in for the LOC and bayonet charging the Prussian lines here. But they should get a flank using this town to then push up. Here we go. French cav is now making sure that this artillery does not come back. Be like, and stay dead. And now they're going to go in for the Prussian lines. And this could be the beginning of the end here. You can see this artillery. Oh, there's some Prussian line infantry up in the hill that could have been definitely well used over here. Like I said, I think the Prussians had a lot more cav than they had infantry, and that may have been their undoing a little bit, because they were not able to use that cav as well as they probably would have liked to. Which is hugely unfortunate. Although in my battle, honestly, with how many Prussians in French we had, we used our cav pretty well. But in this battle, obviously not the case. And Davout, 3 12-pointers. I'm curious what the points were for the Prussians. I'm just going to fast forward here. It's just some scattered resistance here. I mean, Prussia's trying to hold on this hill. Here and there, everywhere. They're just trying to hold a little bit. Yeah, they're just going to try to hold. Do we have some artillery piece? Yeah, we have an artillery piece here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Wow, Prussia's actually holding on this hill a little better than you would think. They're inflicting so many losses on the French. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, we have some cavalry running amok, so Prussia may actually be trying to go back for some LOCs. They don't have a lot of time left. They have 2 minutes. Are they going to march back and try to take this LOC? These light infantry are in this LOC as well, so it's not going to come down to... It's going to come down to an LOC, which France has the LOCs. There's a Prussian general here. He's going to try to charge in here. I don't know if he's even going to make it. He's going to get shot. Yeah. Not going to make it. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, they're going for this LOC. Let's fast forward and see what they do. They may try to go for this one as well. Oh, the Prussian cav going for the guns. So, you know, finally getting revenge, sweet revenge on that French gun that they weren't able to get in the very beginning. The last of the Prussians are pushing up here. We have some grenadiers, 2 grenadiers of Prussia. Gonna get bayonet charged by like the entire French army for this last 2 seconds here. And that will be the battle. So it was an 8, 13, and 13. Okay, so the points were very even. Yeah, look how much was brought in comparison. 1,000, 18, 23 to 23, 24, and 29. So good gravy. So that's crazy. All right, well, this was sent in by one of these. Move the Pro, Grizz, or Mr. Snowmy. So thank you for that, whoever it was of you. You can see the kills actually weren't that high for this. This was the flanking army that didn't do a lot till the very end. You can see a lot of the troops didn't even get a fight. So, yeah, and we got 400. Oh, it was Noob the Pro. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I can tell because they didn't get a lot of kills. The other one, man, they tanked. You can see they 16 and 14, losses of 1,012. The Prussians, this army did really well, 13, 7 and 6. So, all right, guys, that's about it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this battle. This was a good battle. So, yeah. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.